Now let's open this up, viewers. Let's ask some of our guests. We're going to keep the K Kavita visuals also on air for the moment. Anand Ranganathan is here with us. The BJP is represented by Syed Zafar Islam. We have with us Dr. Suman Sriraman. We have Tehseen Poonawala. Let me first begin with you, Mr. Syed. Let me begin with you, Mr. Islam. It's a fundamental question tonight. The opposition, many are saying that, look, agencies like the ED were used tactically against various companies to soften them up, and then those companies suddenly decided to give you donations, and you have racked up all this money by using your agencies. How do you defend this?
It is absolutely baseless, Rahul. There is absolutely no merit in what the opposition is making this kind of allegation. Fact that these political parties are accepting money from every single donor who wants to donate to those political parties or to them. Let me tell you, the effort was of the government to bring transparency, and it is now a very transparent process. Of course, it can be improved further. I'm not saying that there is no headroom for improvement, but it can be improved further. But we have achieved something which is not evident from the fact that...
No, but how do you explain this? How do you explain this, Mr. Islam? How do you explain that 3 of the top 5 donors bought bonds with the Enforcement Directorate and the Income Tax Department knocking on their door? I mean, just 5 days after ED attaches 409 crore assets of Future Gaming, it buys bonds worth 100 crores. Now, we don't know if those bonds have come to you, if they've gone to some other political entity, I don't know. Neither does anyone on this panel, because that correlation has not been made, because enough data has not been supplied. But many people are asking these questions.
Rahul, let me respond to let me respond to that question. See, whenever any organization wants to donate to the political parties, what they do, they take a piece of paper and then calculate how many legislators you have, how many member of parliament you have, how many, whether it's a pan-India party, whether it's a state restricted to one state, that party, and based on certain formula they arrive at amount, and then based on that they donate. Ask anybody from the Tata group, all the large group, all the large
don't
donors.
Take the audiences.
You will find that they are providing. No, they are donating to every single political parties based on the formula they adopt. I don't know, this Future Gaming has...
So can I ask a simple question? Let me ask Dr. Ranganathan a simple question. Look, it's difficult to suggest that one is guiltier than the other. All political parties have got this money from these so-called donies. But I just want to ask you, Dr. Ranganathan, you're an observer of politics. You're not a politician. I just want to ask you, why do all these big corporates donate money to these political parties across the board? I mean, what is it in for them? Are they charitable by nature? Do they believe that these political parties have the best vision going and that there's going to be a lot of change because of this benefaction that they're offering by the way of money? What is it really? What's the motivation?
It's obviously quid-pro-quo, Rahul, and I'm not just being cynical. My very good friend, the BJP spokesperson, has inadvertently in detail laid out the plan using which the companies actually first calculate how much money is to be given and to whom, how many MPs and MLAs are there. So it is, to use the Hindi word, dhanda, as simple as that. But, you know, I have 3 things to say on this issue, Rahul, and it's important because let me be very honest out here. This is a scam multiple times over, and everyone, including the Honorable Supreme Court, is in the wrong here. I will explain. Look, I welcome the Supreme Court decision because for years I have been an advocate that electoral bonds should not be anonymous, for the simple reason that the political parties that garner the anonymous donation seek the public's vote to get them elected. And after they are elected, the public has a right to know whether any of their actions subsequent to their coming to power are in the favor of any of the companies that donated to them anonymously. As an example, a political party gets our vote to get elected on the promise that it will maintain the forest land as it is. And then once it is elected, it allows a mining company to mine in that forest. The public has a right to know. because we had a skin in the game. The public has a right to know whether that mining company gave millions or billions in donation to that political party. This goes to the heart of what is conflict of interest, and I am aghast that politicians don't get this. Number two, I profoundly disagree on first principles with the Supreme Court decision that the names that were anonymous should be disclosed retrospectively. It is profoundly unfair to the people who made donations on the guarantee that they were to be anonymous. I don't like any law being applied retrospectively for this very reason, be it retrospective tax like Vodafone that incidentally Supreme Court voted against, or a retrospective amendment that allows parties to escape FCRA violations, if at all. All those names of donors should have been disclosed to the Supreme Court only. And if the Supreme Court correlated donations with political parties and found out that millions were given by someone who then directly benefited from the actions of a political party, the Supreme Court should have acted. Number three, finally, I ask a very simple question, and my good friend Dr. Raman and Tehseen are here. If I believe that a company is corrupt and illegal and should be shut down, what would you say if I were to continue to invest in that company and buy its stocks? You would be appalled, wouldn't you? Why is it then that the Congress and the Trinamool and the DMK that were outraging on the anonymity of the electoral bonds and wanted them to be scrapped, why is it that all these parties obtained thousands of crores through the same anonymous electoral bonds? What kind of hypocrisy is that allows them to be this shameless?